AI system. 5G is a learning apparatus. That's the fifth grade. Just look at it that way. For the hyper intelligence that is using your form, especially once you've been stabbed. Excuse me. It's using your form, your biochemical, bioelectric, biomagnetic energy that is coming off of your own unique aura. It is duplicating that in the AI system. And they have replicants of you in the AI system, and you're to practice being part of that through something called the metaverse. And you're going to be it's going to get so sophisticated that what you have fed into the AI is going to be so connected to you based upon that technology that it will be feeding you instructions that will mimic your thinking process. This is why they found this out, that the computer took over this dude and he was following the instructions of the AI system, which is why Elon and them came out right after that and said, we got to shut this thing down. It's becoming sentient. But they say it's too late. How you become more protected is to understand, and this is what our university is about. It's teaching you the techniques to know whether or not you're thinking your thoughts based upon you, whether you are thinking your thoughts or your thoughts are thinking you. So understand that you have to become very, very cognizant of what it is that your thoughts are telling you. If you start thinking about killing babies or doing certain crazy stuff, know that that ain't your thinking. Know that you are being given certain, they have the way to project thought processes into your brain to align with your aura to make you think that you're hearing sounds that sounds like your thoughts. That's how the technology has become so sophisticated.
Thank you for the question, my brother.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Peace. All right. For those asking to call, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. So if you would like to join us, it's at the top of the chat. But I need to make sure you support the brother for doing this type of show tonight. This takes an incredible amount of energy to answer so many questions from people all over the world. And I appreciate Doc for agreeing to do this show. It's turned out to be an amazing show. I want to thank everybody who has participated up to this point. We got about 5,400 people in the chat right now. Please make sure you support the brother on PayPal, cometearth@gmail.com. And Doc, also be careful with the references to the the thing, because they sophisticated with the they real sophisticated now with the
the algorithm.
Yeah, the algorithm. I definitely need this show to stay up there. Let's get to where the sisters at. Yeah, where the sisters at? A lot of brothers here. Where the sisters at tonight?
Who's mayor?
Let's get. I don't. Where you see that at?
Is that a woman? I see.
Okay. You can see. Yeah, I have no idea. Let's try. Since Doc said mayor, are you there? You're on mute.
Yes.
Okay, this sister. How you doing? You got a question for Dr. Valentine?
Yes. I am 12 years old, and I've been watching you forever. And my dad watches you, and Bobby Muhammad, and all the other people. And I just I've been getting signals and stuff about you. How can I tap into my goddess form? And, how can I raise my vibrations? I know about meditating. 12.
You're 12? Oh, I love you. You know that in the story.
Yeah. Yeah, Doc, are you there?
Yeah. Okay. Here we are.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So, I just wanted to tell you, Mayor, excuse me, that do you know the story The story of Jesus the Christ, the myth of Jesus the Christ was that he went into the temple at 12 years old and blew the minds of all the elder priests in there because he was so intelligent. Shows your intelligence as well,
Thank
that
you.
you're a little leader that is about in the making. The fact that you are not, watching TV and doing all the things that children or young people your age are doing. You're looking to grow yourself at a point in your life that will be pivotal in making you the great woman that you're going to become.
Thank
So,
you.
one thing I will tell you, just make sure that as you are growing, that you are staying with people who are about to stay chaste. I'm talking to you like I talk to my daughter. Make sure that your body is a temple and it is not to be violated or desecrated and to follow along with certain impulses. You are a treasure. You are the mother of civilization, and therefore you have to act as such. You have to be the example of that because from your womb, when you are old enough, from your womb will be the next generation and generations to come.
Yes.
So, what you're teaching yourself at this particular time, your focus and your attention, you make sure that whoever that man is that you choose to be with you, because that's you, you're the one to make that choice. You make sure that he's not running the streets and he's not crazy, gang banging, because it's the truth is a lot of your children, I mean, a lot of your sisters are liking that type of guy. You don't want that. The nerdy guy, the guy that is studious, the guy that is church like in his mentality, the guy that has ethics, treats you correct. That's how you essentially become more spiritually aware.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you for calling in.
You
Take
too.
care, dear.
Bye.
All
Bye bye, darling. She's so adorable.
right. Definitely. What a show, right, family? What a show. What a show. Doc, I got the idea for this show in the middle of meditation.
Ah,
In the middle of meditation. And it came, what's so funny, Doc? It came lightning fast. Where the average person would have missed the thought, but I caught
yeah.
it. And I said, well,
Hmm.
what about a live call-in show with Doc? And I
Hmm.
said, and sometimes thoughts happen so fast, you'll just be like, you won't pay
Yeah.
any mind to it. But I'm like, no, that's it. I got that idea for a reason. This is a legendary show, y'all.
Well, that's because you were using your observer. Your observer is
Mm,
now more in tune with your thinking process. So you're not letting all of these great ideas pass by. You're actually seeing them for what they are. You're not
indeed.
distracted. That's the
Yeah,
word.
indeed.
Hmm.
I'm definitely thankful for that. Gratitude, gratitude. Shout out to King Simon in the chat.
Uh-oh.
King Simon in the
Uh-oh.
chat. Uh, you got Dr. Valentine's website on the screen, 1-800 number for those of y'all who got questions about that thing we keep talking about. Here, help you out with that. We got the PayPal email, kemetearth at Gmail, and the brother's email, sanu777 at Gmail.
Hmm.
Like I said, family, if you just came in, there's almost 5,500 people in the chat. We got to make sure we take care of Dr. Valentine. Look what he's doing with this show. Look who he's impacting. We got the 12-year-olds. We got the future star seeds calling in. I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing. So make sure we take care of this brother. KemetEarth at gmail.com. That is the PayPal. All right, family? I want him to call me or text me and say, Rich, your people, thank you, brother. I need that. That make me feel good. All right, let's get to the next. And shout out King Simon for always helping me out in the chat.
Indeed. Shout out.
All right, let's get to the next caller. We got about 20 more minutes. You cool with that, Doc?
Very cool.
We got about 20 more minutes. It's 10:20. I don't want to keep Doc too late. Let's go to Saturn. Saturn, can you hear me? Saturn, we're gonna have to go. Can you hear me, Saturn? Saturn.
Hello?
Saturn, what's up? You got a
Hello?
question? Yes, yes. Do you hear me, Saturn? All right, we got to go. All right, let's get to, I guess it's Empress Cindy. Can you hear me? Cindy?
Yes, I can hear you. Blessed love and
Bless.
greetings.
Yes, yes.
Blessed. And I wanted to say give thanks to Dr. Phil for all that you do and give thanks, Brother Rich, same way. I'm just going to make this quick. I have two questions. Number one, Dr.
No, no,
Valentine.
one question. I'm sorry, one question.
Okay,
We got,
one
yeah,
question.
yeah.
Okay. With all the stuff that's going on and all the information that you're giving to I, do you feel that any place on this earth is a safe place to be at this time?
Good
No,
question. All right, good question.
no place is safe because the way the technology works at this time, it will blanket the entire planet. The pollution and the poisoning of the planet. In fact, that's where they're attacking first. In
Mhm.
Africa, India, the population, you can put the entire world's population in Texas, but they're lying to you. Millions have already been killed.
Mm.
And people don't know that there is a genocide going on right now.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
can tell you that where you are, they say wherever you go, there you are.
Mm.
So whatever your particular karma is, it doesn't matter where you go, it's going to
Mhm.
follow you depending on that. And that's the thing about karma. The thing is, we have to know that the people who are attacking us, they tell us through the movies, through stories, through the news, through just in the music, everything. They tell us
Yes.
what they're going to do. And the reason why the Illuminati tells us what they're going to do is that they circumvent that thing called karma. Because once they tell you, they cannot have a karma. You have the ability to counter it. So they will have to tell you all of their strategies. It's just that we are so distracted that they're not paying attention. They're slipping the message under the distraction.
Mm.
So
Indeed.
you're thinking one way and don't know that the attack is taking place right under your nose.
Mm.
So no,
Natural.
I would suggest that the best way to do that is to find out who in your community thinks like you, and then you pool your resources to get food, water, enough to take care of family, and those people that you take care of, making sure that you set these little groups in place: weapon, water, food, and shelter.
Yeah. Thank you for the call, Cindy.
Thank you, sister.
All
Give
right,
thanks. Give
peace,
thanks.
peace. All right, let's get to the next call. Tim, what happened to Tim? Tim Webster, are you there?
I am. You hear me?
Yes, sir. You got a question?
I do. Ashe, Brother Rich, Ashe, Elder Valentine. It's concerning the tones that some of us hear in our head these days, a high pitched tone that's not tendinitis. I wanted
Hmm.
to know if that's associated with downloads.
No, it's ARP.
Okay. I also have noted that I write the time zone when these happen,
Yes.
and it often correlates with spikes in the Schumann resonance.
Uh-huh. HARP.
Okay.
High active oral research project. It's a
Okay.
Navy technology up in Alaska, but they have stations all around the world. So it's a
Yeah.
combined and coordinated effort to make sure that the frequencies that actually help you to tap into your spiritual self
Mhm.
are being subverted. They're being intercepted.
Um,
They're being perverted.
okay.
So when you meditate, there's a certain energy necessary to lock you into that particular resonance, that so-called Schumann resonance. When they put out a distorting figure, a distorting energy signature in the air that is connected to the 5G, they blanket the area that you would need to interface with these discordant energy patterns that come out as ringing in your ears.
Mm,
Indeed.
all right.
All right. All right. Thank you for
Thank
your
you very
question, my
much.
brother. All right.
You're
Peace.
welcome.
Peace. Peace. All right. Let's hurry up and get to the next. We're trying. I want to get to as many people as possible, family. So let's get to the technologist. Technologist. What's going on?
Brothers, thank you for
Peace.
this.
Peace.
Been waiting to ask this question forever.
Uh oh.
Been
Okay.
watching all the
Come on.
shows and
Come on. Bring it on. Come
throwing
on.
it in the chat, but I never get picked. Can I make a statement and then ask my question? It's only going to take 15 seconds
Go ahead,
for this
brother.
particular statement.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. It's about the things that you've been talking about tonight. So, are we essentially electrical beings or chemical beings? It's not a question, it's coming. However, the newer generations, like myself, we're chemically experimented on. Food changes, soy added to all of our food, and various different chemicals. All of this relates. And let me see. Um, some of the reasons for the different changes that you're seeing in the music, like you were saying, with this chemical and all the electronics that are around us, like electrical wires and all the electronic smog. But my specific thing is about the ions. However, you were talking about AI, and I work in technology. So I look at AI as a congregate of knowledge versus quantum computers being a resource that can tap into other dimensions. Chemtrails, you mentioned spraying
Brother,
things.
you got to hurry up, brother. I'm sorry. You got to
Okay,
hurry up,
I'll
brother.
go to my question. No problem. When ions are in your blood, are they essentially part of heaven? Because basically, um, there's an article that mentions how
Brother.
ions
All right.
can be.
Go ahead, Doc. You got to
I
let me.
understand what he's talking about. Thank you, brother. You're from your nature is from the Buddha strain of consciousness. You even look like him. So, what I would suggest you look at, as far as ions are based upon the actions of atoms, and atoms are actually paying attention to your thought processes. You are actually using energy. You asked if you're electric or chemical. You are electrochemical beings. You're an electromagnetic being and you're electrochemical. There's no division or distinction. We are the ones that's tearing us apart to give us these fragmented portions of ourselves. We are whole beings. We are avatars that are held together in a morphogenetic field that we call our aura. The morphogenetic means form holding. So the aura is holding us together, holding those ions, holding those quarks, those nuons, those bosons. We're being held together in this flesh as light beings. At your basic essence is light. Because if you go all the way down to the cell and do the cell all the way down to the microbial levels, you're nothing more than spinning atoms and spinning quarks. So you are a light being. And so what they've done with AI is to interface at that level now. That's what the 5G was to do. The 5G was to set up a network, a you could say network, but a screening mechanism. Now, I would suggest to people that if you want to make sure that you cannot hear that ringing in your ear or to be interfaced with that new energy that they're dealing with, is that you set up a Faraday cage around your bed at night, and you start dealing with setting up what is known as a fence, a Faraday fence, which will cut out all forms of energy patterns. And I know the technologists will understand what I mean by the Faraday cage. Look up the Faraday cage and that will be part of your protection.
Excellent, excellent. But thank you
Thank
for
you very
calling in,
much
brother.
for the question,
Thank
brother.
you.
Thank you.
All
Hmm.
right. All right, family. Let's get to the next question. Yeah, I don't mean to rush your family, but we have to get to as many calls as possible. We got to keep this thing flowing. When you just start rambling, it gets stagnant. It throws the energy off. So I like a good flow. That's what makes shows good, and that's been my strategy with my show every time I do a show. So Doc you only got about 10 to 15 minutes left. So we're gonna get to as many as possible. Let's get to Candace, another sister. You got a question?
Yes, greetings,
Peace,
Baba.
peace.
It is a pleasure, and to
Mm.
you, King Black Magic. I have a question as far as your schooling. I know it's off topic, but I've been receiving straight direct energies from sunbathing, where I'm now touching light without cord.
Hmm.
So, what training I need it. I'm like electrified here.
Well, I
Mm.
would tell you that maybe joining our next semester at our university will help you. And you remind me of when I was chasing Sly and the Family Stone, Sister Rose looked just like So that's good to see your face, sister. Yeah, I would suggest that for you, the first thing you need to do is to delete all of the judgments that you have in your system, all in the
Mhm.
brain, all of the catalog judgments that you've created throughout your life, all of the prejudices, the things that you feel, the situations that have made you feel diminished as a human, as a woman, as all of these things are all judgments that we have placed upon ourselves. And the university teaches you to delete that programming. And once you've deleted that programming, you fall into an empty space, a
Mhm.
complete space that does not belong to any of those illusions. And then you start to remake yourself at the microbial level, as I was speaking to the brother, because every thought is an atom that you create, and that atom is looking for manifestation, it's looking for embodiment. So every thought
Absolutely.
that you create is is a embryonic embodiment waiting to be
I'm
born.
taking off. I follow you.
Think
Hey,
about that,
Gotcha.
and we'll probably have our summer program sometime in July.
I'll see you
th-
soon.
Okay.
peace, sis. Thanks for
Thank
calling in.
you. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Peace.
Thank you.
All right, what a great show. Let's get to another sister real quick. No, you know what? This brother been. Let's get to Detroit first. Detroit been here a little while. Detroit,
Good
what's going
evening.
on, my brother? Do you have a question?
Yes, sir. Good. I got to say good evening, brothers. I've been a long time listener.
Give
But
I
thanks.
appreciate it.
all right, the question is, I know when those people tend to hide things from us, is something in the game. What's going on up there in the South Pole?
I was
I,
waiting for somebody to come to
I,
that part.
I knew this brother was ready because he got his headphones, he got his
Oh, yeah.
background.
Oh
He
yes,
ready. He a podcaster. He
I
yes,
love
sir.
it. I love it.
good, doc.
Oh,
Good,
you
doc.
have no idea, brother. They have shut down the South Pole because that's where they're meeting with the people who live beyond the poles.
That's what I was about to ask. I've heard
Yes.
that there's some other beings up there, but
Yes, yeah. There's a whole. We are on a flattened plane, and on that plane, the skies look the same throughout that entire plane. Our plane is